Long ago in a distant land, I, Judge Glenn, the player-hating master of darkness, unleashed an unspeakable homebrew. But a foolish band of players wielding the 5th edition rules stepped forth to oppose me. Before the final blow was struck, I tore open a portal in the OSR and flung them into Dungeon Crawl Classics, where my evil is law. Now the fools seek to return to the past and undo the future that is mighty deeds.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Mighty Deeds, a podcast of high adventure. Judge Michael.
Talking to the microphone.
I am your Judge Michael, and joining me around the table are
Jill,
Kylie,
Autumn, Erin,
and we are doing Girls Just Want to Have Funnel, and Kyle. We are running an adventure that I wrote. We are running an adventure that I wrote. I'm very excited about it. Very happy to have it. It is DCC Day, right?
It is.
So we are celebrating DCC by playing a DCC adventure. Huzzah, as they used to say. The players I introduced earlier are running a funnel, 0-level characters. I got 4 of them ready. Are we ready to go? Everyone ready? Any questions? All right. So many years ago, there was a kingdom. And before that, there was another kingdom. Maybe an empire. Maybe an empire that was overthrown by a smaller kingdom, or maybe the empire broke apart, as empires do. Maybe the emperor died and passed it on to his 2 children who fought, and I want all the power. And then the sister comes through and takes it all. So when kingdoms rise and fall like ocean's tides, forts get abandoned. So there's a fort involved in this little adventure. Sometimes these ruins crumble to dust. Sometimes they're picked apart by locals to make their own houses and buildings in their own towns. Fort Augustine is one such fort. It is very ancient. It sits at the mouth of a great forest, some of which has begun to take back over the fort. From a forgotten past, the walls have fallen in some places. Cracks and holes in the stone of the remaining wall are home to various animals. You can name them yourself. The halls of the buildings inside the fort are now the home to much worse. An ancient roadway bisects the fort, but over the years the road has been taken over by the grass and forest, and I'm going to get squashed under this table. It's really crushing me. I'm just kidding, it's me. Grass in the forest, passers-by the grass is taking over the road again as passers-by sought a different route to go around the fort. The town of Haglet sits nearby, a little less than half an hour's walk from Fort Augustine. It is a small but growing collection of houses and storefronts that supports a spreading farming community. Haglet sits on a new crossroads. The town square is constantly bustling with activity during the day as travelers come and go, buying, selling, and trading. The top 3. The farms that surround the community bring their crops and animals to sell in the market. A new college has even been built. So young people seeking an education move there and to learn secrets.
Is it a college
commerce.
of astrology?
Yes. They have a division. They have an astrology department.
Wow.
Yes. The leader of the town is the Baron Edward Middley. He is greatly pleased with his little town growing. The commerce created has kept the town's books in the black. The king, Henry the Mighty, is even growing little town. The taxes have been pouring in. But the king is worried for the town's safety because of the neighboring nation's proximity to the town of Haglet. He needs to act, but sending in the army all at once could send the wrong message. The old and crumbling Fort Augustine nearby offers the perfect opportunity. The king has asked Baron Middley to have the old ruins cleared and repaired in exchange for Middley to get the old manor house for his new residence. The catch is he cannot use soldiers. That's where you guys come in. You guys family businesses, or maybe you got kicked out of the school of astrology, set out for a different life than they had before. Maybe the character as a former merchant whose business was failing. Maybe it's a young farmer, etc., etc. Is anyone a farmer?
Me.
Do you have an animal?
A sheep.
A sheep? Does a sheep have a name?
Sheep.
Okay. Okay, so the Baron has put out this call. He wants commoners to come and clear out this fort. And he's offered these commoners 10 gold each for a successful mission. He's going to pay you guys 10 gold each for going in, clearing out this fort, coming back alive. Okay? Also, whatever you find in there is yours to keep. So, whatever treasure that might still be around is yours to keep. I would like everyone to roll a d4, please.
It's a four-sided die. It's the one that's kind of shaped like a jack.
Yes. Or a triangle.
Look at his. See, it's that one. Triangle.
The one by itself over there. There you
A
go.
very small one.
Or a pyramid.
Triangular prism.
Okay. What did you roll?
1.
4.
Can you re-roll yours? You know what? Never mind.
I can
4 is good. That's even better. All right. Number 1. You're standing in the crowd waiting for the Baron to give his speech. And someone beside you says, Fort Augustine is nothing of value. All the important items were taken long ago. And someone on the other side of your party says, no, I heard the old general's treasure room was never located and the wretches can still be found there. Who rolled a 2? Kyle rolled a 2. As your party is sitting over here on the right side looking up at the stage, you heard that the fort was a military outpost for the old empire, and it was supposed to be for soldiers and their families and the families of servants and such. So that's what you heard, okay? 3, the fort, you heard that the fort, someone in your group, or all of your group total, heard that the fort was named after Mauritius Augustine, one of the most fearsome of the emperor's soldiers. He was known to love gaming, gambling, dice, cards, stuff like that. The astrologers may have a little knowledge of history. History paints Mauritius as a strong, brave, wise man, great warrior, but there are people in the community who have memories from long ago, and their ancestors tend to think that Mauritius was a bit of a bloodthirsty bloodmonger. Oh, he liked to cause pain. And you rolled a 4. You heard that a demon of great power haunts the fort. Any who have gone there have never returned. That's what your people have heard. I did say this out loud to everyone, but you don't have to share it with others, so maybe you didn't share your rumor. So the Baron stands up there and does his spiel, promises you 10 gold pieces, promises you can keep whatever you find, and of the crowd that's gathered round, only you guys have accepted. So 4 from this group over here, 4 from this group, 4 from this group. You guys have walked up and put your little signature or your little sheep print, and you're ready to begin your new life as an adventurer. Do you want to at this time purchase anything?
Have them introduce themselves.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Thank you, Jason. Erin, introduce your party to everyone else.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I have
The
Jada.
microphone.
So I have Jada, who's a caravan guard. River, a rutabaga farmer. Dinah, a halfling glove maker. And Petra, an astrologer.
Did you say love maker? Glove maker.
Glove maker.
Glove maker.
I mean, they probably make love, but no.
Right, but also,
Autumn.
right? Gloves and love. I mean,
It's a love glove.
no glove, no love. I have
Exactly.
heard that.
So I have Michael, who's an astrologer, and then
He
I have,
sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Just FYI, Michael sounds awesome.
It's a Shiva, so let's be clear.
Michael, she sounds awesome.
And then I have Jason, who she's an orphan.
She sounds hideous.
Same, Jason, same.
And then I have And then I have Kyle, who's an elven sage.
Kyle, would you please introduce your characters to the party?
Yes, Elvin Sage, who isn't an orphan. Tell us how it is.
It's Kylie.
Kylie, would you please introduce everyone? I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm sorry, very sorry. Would you please introduce your party to the party? Your party to the party?
My first character is Juanita Rodriguez, and she is a ditch digger. My second character is Boo Radley, and she cuts wood. My third character is Tres Patrelli, and she makes rope. My fourth character is Quattro Bagina, an astrologer.
Thank you. And Jill, would you please introduce your party to the party?
I have Jasmine, who's an astrologer. I have Julie, who's a cheesemaker. I mean, everyone's going to get hungry at some point.
Amen.
I like cheese.
I have Sally, who's a guild beggar. She's not just a beggar, she's organized.
Absolutely.
And Amy, who's an armorer. So
Nice.
you need armor. You see Amy.
Now, you have other items. You have equipment that was given to you at your roll, correct? You have some money that was given to you when you rolled your characters. You probably don't have armor, except for maybe your armorer. So do you want to buy any armor or try to buy any armor?
What would be the cost of a set of armor?
What kind of armor are you trying to buy? Boo Radley?
The cheapest kind money can buy.
Well, the cheapest kind of armor is padded armor, which is 5 gold pieces.
So mine says CP. That's for copper.
Copper pieces.
Yeah.
Thus the rub. But some characters do have gold, and some of your items you can sell to get more coin and maybe purchase a weapon or a
They
piece of
all
armor.
have copper pieces, which means they don't even have a gold piece. Right now,
Oh,
Jasmine has a metal hand mirror that Purple Sorcerer says is worth 10 gold. Could she sell that?
Yes,
Okay.
and she
And
could
then
get 10 gold for it. So then she
Julie,
would.
the cheese maker, besides
Yes.
having stinky cheese,
Yes.
also has 10 feet of chain that is worth 30 gold pieces.
Yes, so she is
I
looking
don't know
really
what kind
well.
of chain this is, but I mean, it is in demand.
And 30 will buy you hide armor, which is a +3 to your armor class. Or you can buy something cheaper and have
Cross
extra
the
gold.
chain out, right, hide armor. And
Unless you want padded, which is only 5.
No.
It's up to you.
don't confuse her.
I'm not confusing her.
Okay.
Not trying to confuse her.
Hide
I
armor.
might, I might be confusing her. I
Now,
apologize.
up here in armor class, would you say hide is +3?
Hide is +3.
Right, 13 in that shield.
here?
Yep.
I'm not, I'm not completely stupid,
I didn't say you were.
We don't believe you're stupid at all,
I
Miss Jill.
appreciate that. Okay.
Anyone else want to sell anything or buy anything?
I got nothing. Actually, it's funny. My orphan has the most money out of all my people.
That's right.
He stole it.
That's right.
That's so true. That's
Who has the most money? The orphan.
But Michael
Not that
is looking
jerk,
sweet.
Michael,
yeah.
Michael is awesome.
or those other jerks, Kyle, Glenn, who always
Yes, I
laughed
did.
at the
I
orphan.
did snort when I laughed.
I think the
Because that's how you roll.
probably.
Well, people probably feel sorry for the orphan.
Yeah. Yeah. She definitely gets like.
No, seriously. Anyone else? Are you good?
They probably get.
Are you good?
That's why she got the gold.
Okay.
The
Exactly.
copper pieces. So.
No one knows because she hid it away.
Right. Yeah. She's smart. You think if he's street smart.
Up to you.
That's it.
She could join the guild beggars maybe later in the
always
future.
All
Just
my
take your
characters
chances.
have value.
There's always a
Whole
chance
party
to
has
find
value.
armor.
There is a chance to find armor and a chance to find weapons. There is a chance to do that. That is a possibility.
Could you tell me, Mr. Judge, how I could find armor?
25 gold pieces, but since my group thinks about it's a demon.
I have holy water too.
You know, they wanted to.
That's 25 gold.
Yeah, but
Okay.
they have the impression that the rumor is.
Okay. Okay.
What is it like? This was like a demonic.
A demon of great power haunts the fort. Any who have gone there have never returned.
And what was mine?
Yeah, they want to keep the holy water.
The fort was named after Mauritius Augustine, one of the most fearsome of the emperor's soldiers. He was known to love gaming. We're all good?
Like
Everyone's good?
Parcheesi?
All right. Like Parcheesi. He loved Parcheesi. Oh, my gosh.
Was he a big Risk player?
No, Risk is awful.
I feel like he was a big Risk player.
A Risk player or Risk taker? All right. So you head out on your journey towards Fort Augustine. As you approach the fort, you can see cracks in the remaining parts of the walls. Birds take flight as you get close in the field. Snakes in the field might scurry around in the brush. And up in the distance, right before you get to the fort, which is here. I need you in a marching order here. Heading this way, please.
We need another base for the sheep.
It's true, you do.
Yeah, he's getting it. He has it. You gotta put your people up there. Yeah.
On our side.
You need to color code my people.
Come on. Sheep base. A sheep base.
I've been trying to save up for a sheep base. Right now I have
Oh, yeah.
Wow. These jokes.
Are they jokes, really? Can we call them jokes? Can we refer to them as jokes?
Quotes.
Hey, Kyle.
Quotes.
Can you put her with my...
Kylie. All right.
Spotted bases.
She is the hoe.
Spotted.
She's the hoe? That's not very nice.
She is carrying a hoe.
She's kind of a
Okay. On your character sheets, there should be a movement number. Is there a movement number?
Oh, sorry.
Speed? Speed?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just let you know. This is about 30.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to move 30, you put your hand there and you can go. We're using pencils, weren't we? We're using pencils also.
Hey,
So you can go like that. That's a movement of 30.
Michael,
Yes?
can I see your hand versus Erin's hand?
Can you get me a brownie for my
That's why I said use a pencil.
Thank you, please and thank you.
I want to use mine.
That's fair, but your movement is shorter than my
I
movement,
know.
so.
I'll die last.
Okay. Up ahead in the distance, you see a shimmering light. Your head grows heavy as your sight grows dim. We can't afford the song. So up here in the distance, before you get to the fort, you see a family of wild boar.
I thought they were warthogs.
Warthogs, wild boar, you can go. Pigs, wild pigs. And they're just sort of like snorting around in the grass. They are in your way. So if you want to make it to the fort, you got to either fight them, push them away, scare them off, move around them.
Oh, we're not on anymore.
Uh-oh.
Glenn,
Just keep going.
Okay, we're going. It's in you, the move is in your hands, folks. What do you want to do?
I guess I'm gonna move forward.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
That's scary.
Okay. I have a short bow.
No, I have no idea how to.
What's my range?
Phone's all the
It
way off.
doesn't tell me my range, but if I want to shoot, like, if I want to move up 30 feet and then shoot at one of them when I hit it.
You could have to roll for that, but
Yeah.
I hear what you're asking.
I don't. What are you asking?
She's talking about attacking the pigs.
What? Are you a wolf? Have you not seen this? One has a straw house, one has a wood house, one has a brick house.
We could see
How
the sheep.
dare you?
Range is 50,
Sheep.
100, 150.
Oh,
50, 100, 150. So that's short, medium, and long distance.
okay. All right.
From here,
By a 100 feet,
yeah. 30, 60, 90.
Okay, I'm gonna move up.
seats taken.
Seats taken.
This is Glenn.
Okay.
Glenn's gonna move up and
You're within short range now.
wait. So it's a short bow. Should I move back? Should I not move?
You're probably in medium, middle range. Greater than 50, less than 100.
Okay, so am I disadvantaged or something?
DCC, I believe Glenn is one dice chain down, right?
What are you trying to do?
Shooting more than short distance.
-2 for the first, and then -1d.
Okay, so -2 on your attack. Plus whatever pluses or penalties you may already have.
Then I'm just gonna move up and stay right
Okay.
until then.
Okay. That's one character. You can do all 4 characters if you would like.
Oh, do all of them? Wait, I gotta think through that. Let someone else go.
Okay. So we're going to come back to her. Does anyone else want to move?
Well,
Jill winks a second.
I think that more people should go than just her. They'll have better success for more people.
It's entirely possible.
So I've got my characters have some weapons. Sally has a sling. It probably doesn't go very far, but I think she should move up there with her. Do I have to roll to see how many places I go, how far I go?
You can move 30 in one, unless you're a dwarf, you can move 30 in one round.
Okay, none of mine are dwarfs.
And you can move and attack. Those are your options
Okay.
in your round.
So I really am going to move my whole group.
Okay.
So
A sling is
Are you gonna
40,
move
80,
for me?
160. A sling is 40, 80, 160. There's your movement distance that
Okay.
you can move.
just move my people,
This one? This one?
all of them. Yep.
And this one?
that one. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Kyle, Erin,
I guess I'll move up.
same thing?
Yeah, but I would have to, yeah. I can't go much further.
You're-
Only 10-foot pole.
You're the dots?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
No worries.
Oh, you're moving up one of your characters.
All right, Autumn.
Yeah, I'll move the rest up too.
Okay.
I mean, if we just get them.
If you're all just moving forward. All right. So you all move forward. I'll drop a character. And sorry, I have to keep the book there because I don't have the book memorized. As you do, the head wild boar, the one bigger than the rest, he makes a snort and he kind of looks at you guys, makes another snort, and this one sort of do this little. And he just sort of moves up, but he doesn't quite charge, but he's kind of watching you guys, seeing what you're doing. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Roll for initiative! Gimbo North the Gnome here. While the lads set up for combat, here's a quick reminder. Have you ever wished you could see the maps, handouts, artwork, and epic tabletop terrain from the lads' adventures? Well, now you can. Simply follow us on Instagram and Twitter at MightyDsPod. Enough talk! To battle!
That's a D20.
If I go, hey, get out here. Can I try to scare it away? Oh, that's cute.
So you got an 11. It's a 10, but you get a +1. So
Okay.
I got a 16.
Are we rolling initiative 4 times?
No, just once for all your characters.
So what do I?
Oh, okay.
So what do I do with that?
All right. So we have rolled initiative, and the boar is still here. First up in the initiative order is Kylie.
Go, Kylie, go!
I'm really excited about that. We can't afford that song.
I don't know. I think that's.
You guys, is that going to be in the public domain?
The Go-Go
Is that-
Gadget song. I don't
Is that,
know.
oh, parody. That was parody. So we're good. We're covered.
Well, even if it wasn't, I mean, is that a?
You can only move 30 in one round. So, okay.
Matthew Broderick says you can't have.
That's all you're going to do is move forward.
See.
Okay. Next up is Erin.
I just would like to move up forward. Oh, my little dot people, please.
What about the sheep?
And my sheep.
Subtly, I have put your dwarf. That's a dwarf, right?
It's a halfling.
Oh, never mind then. This is a dwarf?
Yes.
Yeah, suddenly I put your dwarf back in one order in the position because they can't move as fast. Sorry. Anything else you want to do?
I'm not close enough.
Jill.
I'll move forward.
All the way?
Yep.
And me. Okay.
He has to be intimidated, this little.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, what's he going to do? Who is this?
Kyle,
Who is
who's the first one to go?
That is Juanita Rodriguez, the ditch digger.
The ditch digger, does she have her shovel?
She has a shovel.
Is she brandishing
as
the
staff.
shovel?
She's brandishing a shovel as a chef.
Is she brandishing the shovel menacingly?
See?
Not for much longer.
Does a 15 hit?
See?
He charges into the ditch digger.
That was more than 30 feet, just so you know. I tested it out before I finished my move and saw that there was more than 30 feet. That is why I felt confident in my move.
Luckily, the
That's not what I see.
hog, which is known as one of the faster creatures in the DCC, has a movement of 550 feet per round.
So hit on the AC.
She is dead.
Are you sure she is dead?
Unless you roll a 0.
Let you roll a 0.
How about a 2 and a 3? How about 5?
She is
Is
dead.
a 5 dead?
She is down.
Wah!
Her last ditch has been dug.
Juanita is dead, and the pig has moved.
Describe Dueto's reaction as the boar charges forward and tears the guts and intestines out of Juan.
Juanita.
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 Yes.
Whose reaction? Excuse me?
I don't know, just the next character.
You have to describe to us your death scene.
Yes, what you know.
Okay, how about that? The boar comes charging across this field, right?
But
And it's
like
got
a Sam
these.
Raimi
It's got
shot,
these.
So it's from like a camera mounted on the boar's head.
Right.
And you just goes.
Right? As it's charging,
And you're sitting there confident, like, do not worry. It will have to
And
stop
she's-
right here because it can only move 30
and she
feet.
says, "Oh no,
And you
this,
didn't know it has a
this
move of 33?
shovel! I wanted my shovel! Shovel!" And you bring it down like this, and that thing ducks under the shovel and drives one of those tusks into Juanita's gut and lifts her in the air and throws her 10 feet in the air, and she lands somewhere over here on top of this little mound.
Do all the rest of your characters scream?
As the
like
life,
Or are they like,
yes,
My fine dirt, which was on my personage,
Yes.
flies into the air,
as well,
as well as my blood and guts. And
Yes.
It's a mixture of brown and red.
absolutely.
Oh, the humanity, the blood and guts mixed with the
Humanities.
fine dirt.
Autumn, you're up.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say that Glenn, she sees that and she draws her bow. And she's like,
Glenn, she.
okay, I'm going to shoot at the boar that just
Okay.
killed this random person. I don't even.
Absolutely.
Not yet.
Take revenge.
I got a 13.
You got a hit.
Okay, awesome. And then I'm gonna roll a d6. 6.
Ooh. Ouch.
Porque, señor boy.
Yeah, that it did not like that.
Right in the eyeball.
No, let's not go. You want to go eyeball? Okay, you did eyeball. Hit the eyeball. It throws his head around as it's now
And it takes this one good
in lots
eye
of pain.
Right.
Yep, and it says Glenn is next.
But I saw I can see.
You have 3 other people. Yes,
Oh, I don't know.
and or they could run, or they could fight, or they could loot Juanita.
Well, they're not close enough. Am I able to do like
They
where
can move the speed of a boar.
Could they do that? Let's see.
Bacon.
When they kill the boar.
Absolutely.
Get the bacon.
Is there something where I can be ready for when it comes after me?
There is no ready actions in DCC.
Oh, my goodness.
There's
Sorry.
die actions.
That's correct. There is death actions in DCC.
There are roll dice action and fall over dead die actions.
Oh my gosh, they're not close enough. So I'm gonna back up. Glenn's gonna. Retreat! Back!
No, seriously, that was amazing and funny.
She
You're gonna go
bravely ran away.
Bravely ran away.
I'm like, oh.
Brave Glenn the archer.
But you could also be like, you guys are doing great.
You're doing wonderful.
Go team.
Go team.
Like the rest of my ladies have solved it.
They're like, no.
We only have daggers.
All right, Kylie.
Is Boo Radley able to go over and roll the corpse of Juanita?
Sure. Or Boo Radley can go ahead and try to kill that boar.
Well,
Radley.
I think even when he says roll the corpse, he means to see it's still.
Oh, no. Not for 0 levels.
That is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. It's a sad day.
I think with her guts all over the field, she might not pull through, man.
Someone tells me she's not gonna make it.
She did have a -1 in luck, and intelligence, and strength, and a -2 in personality.
The odds were stacked against her.
Well, I do declare, with my handy hand axe, I'm gonna go right up here and try to decapitate Mr. Bull. I have a critical 20, if they are criticals in this rule set.
There indeed are criticals in DCC.
Yeah.
They have tables. They have tables for such things. What's the, I believe criticals are D4 on table 1. So roll a D4, roll your damage. Roll your D4. 3. Stunning crack to forehead, inflict plus 1 D3 damage with this strike, and the foe falls to the bottom of the initiative for the next combat round. So roll, what was your first, your damage was that? Roll another one of those and cut it in half. So another 3, so total of 8 damage from the hand axe, is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, so the hand axe, here, I'm gonna give this to you. Describe how you kill this pig.
Looking directly into his one good eye, I raise my hand axe, catching some of the blood and dust which has been turned into the air from Juanita. And as the fine dirt descends onto the head of the boar with this hand axe, the one eye pops out of the socket like a delicious, delectable zucchini.
What do you think eyes look like? I'm just curious in your world.
Or zucchini.
Yeah.
The earlier you pick the zucchini, the sweeter it is.
Is that the truth?
That is actually a fact.
The bigger they get, the less flavor they are.
That's what they say about guys too.
That's the older you get.
All right, so that's the end of that combat round as the pig dies. And you see the other little pigs are still squealing over here, and they're gone.
No, that was gonna be dinner.
So, you have a dead pig and a dead Juanita.
Well, the one you just killed, we can eat.
We could also eat Juanita.
Hey.
Whoa! Natural cannibalism
Hello.
here on the Mighty Deeds podcast.
Well, Jason, my orphan girl is like, okay, who can salvage this meat? Because this is like living on the streets. We can eat this. Like she goes over there to try to get all the, like, go ahead and start, skinning it and setting it out to dry and stuff like that.
Make some beef jerky.
Yeah.
Trace Petrelli has looted the body of Juanita.
Okay. I will say this. In the past, we have let, like, one of his characters is looting Juanita. That's what we have in the past done, is let Kyle loot his own bodies or Autumn loot her own bodies. Doesn't mean you have to play that way. It just means what we've done in the past is that. Fair?
Sounds fair.
Okay.
You tell me I can't loot.
I am not telling you that at all.
I go to loot one.
All right. So now you've killed the pig and you've moved forward, and we are entering the fort. And I need that. I did need that. All right. So the party has the remaining heroes have now reached the fort. The gate has long since fallen away and is no longer useful. Above the gateway is a symbol. 7-pointed star. Looks like that. Looks like this.
It's witchcraft.
Is it witchcraft?
It's witchcraft.
Anyone?
Astrologers will appreciate that.
All of your astrologers roll. No, everyone roll an intelligence check. real quick.
You roll a d20. Roll this big one.
Minus
Add your intelligence bonus.
negative
Okay, so
2.
we got a 17.
The highest one,
Best
whichever one's
intelligence
highest.
bonus
Negative 1.
is
Your highest intelligence bonus is a -1. Not your astrologer, all your people. Of all your people,
Jill's character got an
Fine.
18.
okay?
So I have a 2 total.
Okay?
12.
4.
Okay. Your character, the one that rolled the 18, recognizes the star from something in a book long time ago. This is the symbol of the old empire. This is everywhere they went. This was on their buildings. This was in their books. This was on their walls. This was what they went by. It is the light of the sun shining upon the empire. Okay?
I think you're wrong. I think that it is actually the symbol
Stop.
of witchcraft.
What was your intelligence roll?
A 1.
Well, let's think about that.
Inside the gate, from when you walk into the gate, you can pretty much see the whole fort. It's not too big, except what's over on that side, the northeast, and where's my map? This is hand drawn. And I'm a terrible artist, so suck it. This is pretty much what the party sees. Okay, they're coming in from here. On this over here is a giant building with columns and big arched windows. This is over here is a big house over here. Looking house over here. In here you can see this raised thing from where you are. It just looks like a bunch of raised bricks, but you can't really see what's in it. This all over there is forest. It's taking back the rest of the fort, and there's little bitty buildings right there at each of those little gateways where there's an entrance into the fort. Okay. Those buildings have doorways and a small little window next to it. On these two buildings when you walk in is the 7-pointed star right above the doorway. Okay. Does anyone else want to see it up close? No. Okay. Yeah, on their immediate left when they walk in. Okay, inside the gate, they can see the whole fort. The old road divides the fort. I'm trying to catch up where I was. On their immediate left is a small rectangular building with a doorway, and then a window next to it. Above the doorway is a small star with a symbol inside. It is the number 1 in the old common. So you guys are speaking a common language, and then before there was a common language, there was an older version of common. Think Old English versus, or maybe even, no, let's do Latin. So you can tell this is the number 1 in the old language, which some of you would be familiar with. On this one is the number 1. On that one is the number 8. You can see these buildings on each one of those doorways, like I said. In the southwest area, which was over here, southwest is the largest building, over here. Southwest is the largest building of the fort. It is easily 4 regular stories tall. It has large columns supporting the roof, gargoyles along the ceiling, along the rooftops. You can see windows, and the windows you can see are arched, and what's left of the glass is stained glass. In the northwest quadrant, which is up here, is the second largest building. It is 3 stories tall, each floor having less room so that the roof of the first floor is like a balcony to the second floor, and the roof of the second floor is like a balcony to the third floor. And each of them gets smaller as it goes up. In the north and southeast quadrants, the forest is growing back. You can see buildings in there, and from what you can see, they look like houses. Okay. You're done. Okay, I need everyone to roll a d4, please. The triangle one.
Yeah.
What did you roll, Erin?
4.
Erin,
Everyone is right side up.
from over in the trees, where the houses were over there, you hear faintly a howl. What'd you roll?
4.
You hear the same thing. 2. You think where that, right in the middle of town where that little raised thing of bricks is, you think you see something in that area. You think you saw something move in those bricks. And what'd you roll?
3.
You, in this big building, the biggest one, you hear something fall. Some crashing noises in there. What do you do?
It's the demon.
Do you tell the others what you heard or saw?
I do declare that in the center of that structure with raised and elevated rocks, I have seen something moving about, and I think that there might be something witchcraft related.
We just heard something howl.
Witchcraft.
I'm gonna use my spyglass and check out the howling.
I heard something fall. I bet the whatever's howling is
So someone over
knocked
here
something down.
heard something fall. You saw something here.
So you
And
gotta
you
hold it back
guys-
so Erin can see. Hold it like this.
I'm sorry, Erin. She
No,
heard
hold it
some.
like this. There you go.
Jill's characters heard something fall here. Kyle's characters saw something here moving around. And Aaron and Autumn's characters heard something howling kind of over here. I'm going to do this wide area over here.
Complaints.
Howling. I'm assuming you told everybody that, right? So you all know what everybody else heard or saw. What do you do?
Erin's using her spyglass to try to
Oh.
find out what that moving thing was.
Now, is there? Can
The
I
moving
also-
thing in the middle
Nope, I want to use it to look.
into the trees. It's too dark. You can't see anything.
Okay, and how about in the center of the square area?
You don't see anything, but you can tell with the spyglass that these raised bricks look more like maybe a well or a pool or something.
Do you guys want to go to the well? Do you guys want to start exploring?
That's where you saw something move.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Or we just start at the smallest. And
If
move
I
our way around?
also have a spyglass, could we wear both of the spyglasses in one eye apiece and function as a binocular set?
And invent binocular. I want to invent.
Well, I want to know, can we take the spyglasses, because I have one too,
I have
and just
one too.
extend them to make it so we can see even further?
I do have a 10-foot pole.
Size doesn't matter, folks. Come on now.
It does.
No,
We're
it
recording
seriously
that live.
matters, but
This is why we can't have a podcast. You are going to the well, correct?
Yes, we're following.
Okay, you're going to the well.
Aaron's group to the well.
So we're going to move the party back a little bit. Sorry, I'm getting you guys out of your order.
you're making a mess.
I sure am.
Why is there a pig with them?
To the well. And why did not?
'Cause we
pause,
killed it.
So we're still moving.
Oh yeah, they still have the pig with them.
It's
Oh.
dinner.
Yeah,
Hey, you know what? Hey,
bacon.
But he doesn't use a mini anymore.
do your thing. All right.
So you just write it down as something, equipment,
Yes.
Dinner.
Put side of bacon.
side of bacon.
Country ham.
So,
Or
so,
tusk
so,
of
so,
Juanita.
so, yeah.
As you get to
Too soon?
too soon.
My bad.
Lo siento, mi amiga.
Okay, as you get closer to this little raised thing as well, you realize it's more like a fountain than a well. It seems more like it's too big to be a well, but there is water in it or liquid in it. There's buildings on the four corners, and when you look at this, there's signs on the buildings, and when you look at them, it's like you see this animal flesh thing like a tanner would have on his building. This person obviously was a tanner. You see an iron anvil and a hammer. That's going to be the blacksmith. And so these are trade buildings, right? Probably owned by somebody who used to do work in these buildings. In the middle is this little fountain. It is 10 feet across. And in the middle of this is, inside of this is an old, polluted, ugly black liquid. Just relax. It's ugly black liquid inside. So you can't see anything in it. Yeah, there we go.
Do you guys think holy water would do anything to it? Do we know if it's bad water? I'm just guessing.
That's what I was thinking too. Maybe it's some.
I don't want to waste
maybe-
it on just some nasty
yeah.
water though.
Well, could we take out a little bit of it and put a drop of holy water in it and test it?
I have an empty flask. I'm sorry. I have empty flask. I take the liquid. I fill the flask. Hang on, I forget which.
Take your character up to the water.
He's trying to figure out which character is last.
Second for me,
Just to find his mini.
It was not. It was this one. Hello.
Hello. You're going to fill a flask of the liquid.
Yes, with
Okay.
black goop.
Okay. As you dip the flask into the black goop, this thing comes out and takes a swipe at you and misses. Roll for initiative.
Good luck.
Roll for initiative! Gimbo North the Gnome here. While the lads set up for combat, here's a quick reminder. You can help spread the infamy of mighty deeds by rating us and writing us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever platform you use to listen to the podcast. All those who do will gain 1 point of permanent luck and the possible favor of Sezrican the Man. Enough talk! To battle!
All right, so the tentacle pops out of the water and takes a swipe at Train, Trace, and misses because I rolled a horrible 4. And it's Autumn's turn. When you see this happen, Autumn, what do your characters do?
Well, Kyle, the elven sage, takes out its holy water and throws it, or takes out the thing and tries to splash something.
Okay.
Out of fear.
Okay.
So let me roll.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
13. I had 13.
13?
Yeah.
13.
Splash holy water on.
Well, 13 is a successful hit. The holy water splashes onto the thing sticking out of the water, and absolutely nothing happens.
So it's not demonic.
Yeah.
Good to know.
It's not
Okay.
a werewolf.
So then, I can still go for another character, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so then,
Unlike Kylie, you have 3. You have 4. So
so in defeat, Kyle yells,
Too soon!
the holy water didn't work! And then Glenn pulls out his, her short bow and fires. Get a 17.
it's a hit.
Where's mine? And 3.
3. Okay.
This one goes in its eye as well.
The tentacle is covered with eyes, Jason.
That's
This
right.
is Cthulhu all the way down.
And it went in one of those eyes.
And then I'll have Jason. She will. Where's my girl? Right
That's right.
Jason
She's
the
pretty.
orphan.
here. She's gonna swing her club at the thing, and it's a critical 20.
Okay.
Nice.
And then
I got it right here, son.
Okay.
I roll a d4 for it. I got a 4, and then what am I supposed to do to?
Well, roll your damage. So that's your damage, or 4? Okay.
You rolled a 4 for your crit.
No, roll a 4 for damage.
Okay, so now
Roll a d4 again.
to determine what crit result you get.
3.
3. That's
Stunning
the.
crack to forehead.
Yep.
Inflict plus 3d6 damage, and the foe falls to the bottom.
Plus
of the
3d6.
Plus
1d3. I'm sorry.
Plus 1d3.
Do a d3
roll that.
damage.
1.
1 more damage.
So it's 5.
Yep. And then move me.
Some people get bigger dice.
Move Jill above me.
Like as a wizard goes up in levels, they get bigger.
Do you have anybody else that can go?
No, I'm gonna let Michael hang back.
All right. Kylie?
Michael was always a wuss.
Nope. Michael's smart.
He is.
Michael is smart.
Wuss.
Michael is smart.
You see Jason over there whooping butt.
Michael, she pulls out her spyglass. So
Miss
To almost
Trace
check it out.
would have problem trying to evacuate the orange here because attack of opportunity. If Miss Trace tried to flee,
Is there a attack of opportunity in DCC?
So judges. If
I'm
it's-
gonna.
If it's focused
I'm gonna
on
say.
something else-
I'm gonna say that stunning crack to the head
Oh, there's that too. Yeah.
of the tentacle is going to be. You're not going to have an attack of opportunity if you tried to escape. This round.
yeah, I will still try hit. I have knife as dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Great work. Have 16.
Okay.
I do 4 damage.
Okay.
And then I run away. 1 pencil link. Approximately right here. Well, by golly, I can't believe that this who's a what's it came out of that well. We're gonna have to clobber him.
I hope nothing bad happens to this character. It's not annoying at all.
Well,
I wanted to live.
I don't think that I have achieved full contact with my hand axe.
What was your roll?
That'll be a flat 7.
A flat 7 is a definite miss.
We also call the flat 7 the dominant 7.
Right. Which is where you play the 7th of the chord.
I also have a chance to go with
Right.
my astrologer.
Right.
My astrologer heads up to the tentacle itself and says, "Hello." Wait. A critical failure.
Oh no!
Ooh, a fumble table.
What do you have? Roll D4?
I believe so. Like, it's a D4 on the fumbles, yes.
Yeah.
I've achieved a 2 on the roll.
You have achieved a 2 on the
Crit,
fumble.
but may recover with a DC 10 reflex saving throw.
So roll your
Otherwise,
D20
it
again.
doesn't hit, so which
What's that character's agility?
No, reflex.
Yeah, reflex.
So it's a 0. So you
So
just
roll-
have to roll a 10 or better. He
Reflex.
succeeds.
I have succeeded.
Okay, then you don't fall, but you also, that's your miss. So you're done.
Yes, all 3 of them.
Yes. Erin.
Okay, so I'm going to use my rutabaga farmer. Has a pitchfork.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Which one is that?
The one with the hoe and the sheep.
Okay.
The hoe!
Is she going to take her sheep with her, or is she just going to
No, she only sheep back there.
leave the sheep in the back? Yeah, just checking.
Throw the sheep
Very wise.
in.
No kidding.
Distract
Sorry.
it with the
Sorry.
sheep.
Don't do that.
Okay, so I have a 13
13 is a hit. Do you have any negatives?
for what?
It's a hit.
Which character? Definitely not.
No.
Just
Nope,
say no.
go ahead.
Erin. That's always a no.
Go ahead.
And a 3.
Okay. All right. Lots of cuts on this thing right now. Anybody else in your round got to go?
I also have a caravan guard.
Is that this guy?
Nope, that's my glove maker.
This guy?
Yes.
This lady? Okay.
I'm gonna use my short sword. I do 13
Mm-hmm. Any penalties?
negative and 5.
Well, one of our characters has a -2 to hit, so I'm just making
Is it?
sure.
Which one? Where? Oh yeah, no, I didn't use that one. That's just
All right.
That's the glove maker.
Right.
It just says 1, right? Which is not +1.
That is
That's a +1.
Oh, I lied.
Yeah, yeah.
6.
Okay. Well, no. Well, it's 6 to the damage.
Yes.
Yes. Erin, tell us how this character dispatches this tentacle.
Yes.
Slices in half and flops everywhere and tries to smack me in the face.
Okay. So, what were you using for weapon?
I was using
Short
a
sword?
Short sword.
Yeah, so she takes a short sword and she stabs it into this thing, and it begins to flail crazy mad. Water's flying everywhere, and the blackness that you saw in this water begins to subside, and you see that this tentacle is attached to a giant octopus, and as that darkness just succeeds the octopus and just falls still with the sword still sticking in the tentacle, it just kind of hangs from her sword.
I'm gonna yank it back.
Yank it back, and the whole octopus sword just falls to the bottom of this deep fountain, about 10 feet deep. You can now see the bottom pretty clearly. And down in the bottom of this fountain
There's an octopus.
is an octopus that's dead. Clearly visible at the bottom is a small chest. It looks like it's made of some kind of wood. And you can go get this chest if you want.
Okay, so I have an idea. I have
Yes.
a 10-foot pole. How about we stab it into the water and try to flick open the chest?
Ooh.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay, so I'm rolling an attack.
You're rolling a d20,
Okay.
and you need to get a 14 or better to retrieve this chest. What's your what character is doing this?
This is gonna be my
Hell
astrologer.
yeah.
Your what?
My
This is why we
astrologer.
have a
Your astrologer. What is your astrologer's agility?
Agility is -1.
Okay,
8
so-
and a -1.
Use that penalty to your roll.
Okay.
Wait, that's the astrologer?
Yes.
Okay.
Give your 10-foot pole to the person with a +1 agility.
Who has one of those?
You do.
Oh, okay.
That's what he was pointing at that character to say that person has a plus to their agility.
Okay. So be my caravan guard.
Okay, your caravan guard takes the 10-foot pole, and they roll an 8.
No,
Is that 2?
it's a 7.
It's a 7. It's an 8 plus 1. So they do not successfully retrieve the chest with the 10-foot pole.
Does anybody else want to try?
See, here's if I still had the chain, that might help.
Well,
It's only 10 feet. You could probably
I have
dive down in
a
there.
100. Oh wait, no.
A 100-foot pole.
I have 100 feet of rope, so I tie rope to Miss Boo, and have Miss Boo let me spelunk bottom of well, and retrieve chest that I tie other end of rope to, and pull back up with.
Is the well still full of water, though?
Yes.
It's clear water.
It's clear now. It's clear water, correct.
Clear water with a dead octopus. Don't forget the dead octopus.
So you need to go down into the water,
Yes.
10 feet down, tie the rope to the chest, and then you can come back up, right?
Is
that your
the
plan?
octopus actually dead? Because, I
The-
mean,
The octopus looks dead.
looks dead. Okay.
It absolutely looks dead.
Well, because you just said it just sunk back down. You didn't
It
specifically
absolutely
say
sunk down.
that it was dead.
It
So,
absolutely sunk down.
so there might be a surprise waiting for you down there.
What's funny is,
There's
this is
definitely
Jill's first
surprise.
time
Right?
playing Dungeons and
Right?
Dragons, and she's
Right?
already thinking like a pro.
She's already-
Like, wait a minute now, when you say it's dead, okay,
It absolutely looks dead. Absolutely.
See a small octopus soul leave its body.
Roll a d20 on your your personality, your intelligence check.
Like how Jason's rolling.
I have a 4.
You did not see a little octopus
I'm playing
spirit.
the sheep, by the way.
Okay. The sheep did not see the spirit of this octopus leave
I'm
it.
trying to tell the rutabaga farmer I didn't see anything.
It very much looks dead.
I head down to bottom of
All right. Roll a d20, and you're going to either use for this swim your agility or your stamina to tie the rope to the chest.
Oh, Kyle.
The character that's swimming.
Not successful.
Okay.
Oh no.
Next character.
The octopus grabs you.
no, he just
Yes, you
drowns.
trip in the water. Now that happened.
All right. You do not retrieve the chest. You roll another stamina check or agility.
I have a 5.
Ooh, it's a 4, Judge. The 0 level.
I don't want to do this.
I hop in there.
You take 1 point of damage. We're going to call it stamina damage. You're going to lose 1 point of stamina for you barely make it to the surface. You're breathing. You're not dead, but you're going to lose 1 point of stamina for that
Can I
little
try
endeavor.
again?
You're going to try again?
Yes.
All right, try again.
The Hasselhoff comes running in.
You can try it again.
It's gotta be
I
slow
have a 15 now.
You have successfully made it to the chest, tied said rope, and made it back to the surface.
Okay, should we unpause
Restart?
Oh, it's still moving.
Oh, I thought you said.
You said you
I did, and then I decided what I'm going to do. So it was quick.
he figured it out.
It was quick.
Ma, good job, Miss Trace.
What?
He's my sheep.
Yeah, I dig it. I don't understand what he's doing, but okay. So no.
My golly, Miss Trace, I'm glad that you have returned safely. Let us open the contents of this chest now.
Okay. The chest is made of electrum. It's not made of wood. It looks like wood, but is banded with platinum and has lasted in the water quite well. The chest is locked, but there is no keyhole. You can't get the top open. Instead, there are 4. I always struggle to explain this. So you're holding the chest. It's about yay big. There are 4 little windows, and these windows have symbols in them. And next to the windows are the little wheels. And if you turn the wheels, it changes the symbol. Okay? And beneath those 4 things is a little hole about yay big that's inset. Like you have to put something in, but there's not a keyhole. So you don't have a key you stick in and turn. It's something else that you have to put in that little hole and make the symbols.
Right. What if I have a crowbar?
You can try.
I also have thieves' tools.
I have an iron spike.
Right. I'm gonna try to pry open this chest with a crowbar.
You don't see where you can insert said crowbar.
Well,
That's
why don't you
unfortunate.
put it in the little hole where the whatever goes in.
It doesn't quite fit.
Of course it does.
What about an iron spike?
On these
Yeah.
dials,
The iron spike fits.
what are the things on the dials? Are there pictures?
These
Are
are
there
ancient.
numbers?
These are ancient symbols.
How
Um,
ancient?
Like one of them looks like the moon. One of them looks like a tree.
It's one of them a star.
One of them, if it's a star, it's not a 7-pointed
Looks
star.
Like a star.
Not a 7-pointed star.
Purple hearts, blue clovers,
Rainbow.
horseshoe, rainbow.
One of them looks like a bird.
Is there a leprechaun?
There's not a leprechaun. There's a little man-looking figure.
How many on the dial are there? Like, if I did some mathematical equations in my head, as an astrologer would I be able to calculate about how many of these combinations I could do using the LCD?
There are 40. There are 10 different symbols. As you go through each thing, you figure out there are 10
Holy
different
That's
symbols
a lot.
in each of
That's
those
more than I
wheels.
expected.
He does every combination.
Well, my girl Michael.
Tomorrow on Mighty Deeds.
What's the likelihood of us be able to find those symbols or keys in the big building?
In the big building? You don't know.
Can't roll for intelligence.
You can roll an intelligence check.
What do you think, Erin?
What do you think of the
If
possibility
you were
of
playing
you?
this as a video game, what do you think the chances are that you find the clues?
Eventually.
Yeah, probably. Probably pretty good. You're supposed to keep going.
That's metagaming.
Oh, sorry, I metagamed over here.
But you're not playing, so I think it's okay. I think
had
it's
a big
okay.
lunch. I had a big lunch.
I think it's
still
okay
metagamed
if
over here.
you. I think it's okay if you metagame, but they shouldn't metagame.
Right.
Okay.
Should we just take the chest with us and see if we find it along the way?
How heavy is this chest?
Not too heavy. It isn't going to like burden you guys. Let's say it's about yay big.
You think the
Could
sheep
we
could
put it
carry
on the sheep?
You could definitely strap it to the sheep, and it wouldn't burden the sheep any. I mean, it's not.
This sheep sounds like it's in death.
A lot like a parrot.
Erin, you have not been taking good care of this sheep. There's some abuse going on here.
I take the rope
Okay.
that has been tied to the chest,
Yes.
and I now tie it to the sheep
Very good.
over its mouth.
Very good.
And there was great rejoicing.
There was much rejoicing.
It's her first
Oh
time
my
playing
goodness.
D&D, and she's already done a Monty Python quote. Just saying.
Okay.
Well, you know.
One more time, everyone roll a d4. Three. 1.
3.
Okay. You're the only one in here. Like you guys all know there was a howl, right? And she heard something fall in the big building, right? And you all, two of you saw something. One of you saw something in this fountain. You now heard something in one of those square buildings, the closest one to you, which is back where you came, but it's those square buildings that are right next to the door. You heard something in one of those.
Behind us, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Like when you came in, there was a small squat building with a door and a little window, and there's 8 of them around the.
Are we checking it out?
Do you want to, or do you want to go to the howl, or do you want to go?
Well, what
To the
did
big
everyone
building.
else hear?
They didn't hear anything new.
You still gotta tell them what they heard. Though.
I was making sure. Well, one of them heard something fall in the big building. 2 of them heard a howl. One of them saw something in the fountain, and then somebody in her party heard something move in one of those buildings.
All right, let's go check it out.
What?
The building I just heard.
Okay, the building you just heard. All right, so
Junk everything else. Let's go. Sheep away.
so you walk back to the front and to the building you heard, which is the one marked number 1. You heard something in the building marked 1, right? And you open the door. Let me find my little map again. Okay, the building is smallish, to about 10 feet long, and inside of it looks like it has beds, 10 beds, 5 on each side. I just used the space I had to
It's a
draw
dormitory.
It could be
Barracks,
considered a
if you
dormitory. Could be considered a barracks if you want, actually, because as you walk in, you look to your left and there's rotted spears leaning up against the wall. And next to the beds, it looks like a weapon holder. And some of them had these, you can just see the hilt left, and there's pitted and rusted old weapons hanging somewhere on the floor. The beds have mattresses, and they're stained and torn apart by mice. Mice have been coming here and getting padding for their rooms. There are windows, small little windows along the side, so it lets in some light. There are the remains of footlockers at the end of those beds, and there are little nightstands next to the beds. Some of the nightstands seem to have maybe an old lantern that's no longer serviceable. There looks to have maybe been a scroll or maybe some old books that were set there. They're all rotted away to nothing now. There are, find the right die. Oh, no, not that one. There are 5 chests that look to still be usable. So the bands have broken apart. They're looking really cool, Glenn. I'm sorry. Glenn's just put some pallets out to be in beds. That's pretty cool. I didn't know he had those. So yeah, the foot of those beds are chests. There are 5 that still look closed and able to be opened. The rest have just fallen to disrepair. You can't do anything with those.
Are they like locked, or are they just? Can you just open them?
Do you want to try one?
Yeah, I thought that maybe there's something we could take with us.
Sure. So you open one of them, the first one. Sorry.
Well, it's dilapidated. That's why it's leaning.
You find 4 silver pieces.
Ooh.
Nice. I would like to search a chest.
You have to open the chest?
Yes.
Okay. You find something wrapped, a roll of oilcloth.
Okay.
Do you take it?
A roll of oilcloth. Yes, I take it.
As you pick it up, it's way heavier than a roll of oilcloth.
Can I unwrap it?
You unwrap the oilcloth, and inside is an old gladius, like from Roman era. It's the ancient weapon sword. It's a short sword. It looks still good because it's been wrapped in this oilcloth for so long. But it still looks, the armorer, when you look at that, you're like, I don't know. I can tell you now, if you roll a 1, it will break. Straight up. But you can still probably use it if you have somebody that can use a short sword.
Yeah.
So, and also the armorer's like, I can probably fix that though.
I would like to use my crowbar
Hold
to
on.
open another chest.
Yes?
If I may cut in for 1 second.
Yes.
We have a comment from BExcellent67 that says, "Hi Jill, Mom."
Oh, hey mom.
So
I think it's the other way around. This is Jill's daughter.
Oh. Oh, hey daughter.
yeah,
That's
She bought Jill D&D dice.
Nice.
3 sets of
she
dice.
is
What a
watching and
daughter.
saying hi to her mom. I figured that she'd get a shout.
Hey.
With the hammer there.
Hey daughter.
Hi, Bex.
That's awesome. I wish my kids would buy me dice, but then my kids have to be listening to this to buy me dice.
I have the best child because my
Absolutely.
child actually is listening.
Right?
All right, so that's 2 chests down. You have 5. You have a total of 5. So you want to check one, you said?
With my crowbar.
With your crowbar.
Well, does he even have to? Because like the one I opened was
I
just
have
open.
to, actually.
Okay.
Actually, yes, I do have to.
All right, crowbar.
Just because it's unlocked.
Code 3.
Did you hit it? What are you doing? You just doing that? All right. As you do, these tentacles sprout from the chest, and a mouth opens in the middle, and it is very clearly a mimic, and it attacks you and misses. Wait, what's your AC?
On the crowbar, it is going to be
What's your armor class? Your armor class is 10? Yeah, it's a miss. It missed you, but it is attacking. Everyone roll initiative.
Mighty Deeds is a production of the Murfreesboro Murder Hobo Old School Gaming Association. We're playing dungeon crawl classics from Goodman Games, set in Fritz Leiber's World of Nawa. Original music is provided by yours truly and by Joey Hodge. You can check out more of his music at joeyhodge.com. Thanks for listening, and join us next time for more Mighty Deeds.